Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Silent Survival. Today is episode number 4 and we are going to be building a farmhouse. However, I've got a few things that I would like to show you since last we spoke. So, let's get to it. As you might be able to tell, our copper is beginning to rust, or not rust, but oxidize. That's the word I was looking for. If we go up here, you can see that the copper is beginning to change colors, which is going to be very interesting, and I didn't really think about before building that, but I just noticed that, so yeah, we're going to have to figure out how to keep this copper from rusting. Unless we want it to rust, then, well, I'm kind of curious. Okay, well, I tried to go up here, but it's just not going to work. Let's take the stairs. It could be kind of cool seeing that tower turn blue. I'm kind of curious how that would look. I don't think it would look very good, but it might. However, there is a lightning rod up there that's going to stay orange forever, so maybe we change it, make it so that the copper doesn't oxidize. But yeah, as you can see up there, it is beginning to change from that bright orange to the more beige orange color. Yeah, that's interesting. Something I just noticed. So yeah, alright. Let me show you what I really actually wanted to show you now. Let's head on inside. I have some new blocks for you all to see. I went on an adventure into the depths of the world. Well, not the depths, but the far reaches of the world, I should say, in search of moss. That's right. I needed moss, and I found moss. And we got ourselves some moss carpet, which we're using in our house. And we got some azalea bushes and azalea leaves, which look absolutely amazing. So we went ahead and decorated our house up and added those, and I think it looks absolutely fantastic. Especially this. I wish you could put more things in these flower pots because, man, this thing is just adorable. Look at it. I mean, how could you not be entertained by this thing? It's so cute. And then these leaves, oh man. I am just so glad that Mojang finally added a leaf into the game that isn't completely solid green. We actually have color on our leaves now for once, which is great. It's like a berry bush, but it's actually leaves. Like that could be looking like grapes. Like you could actually make, I just thought about this, you could actually make a vineyard look like a grape vineyard with these leaves. Oh man. Oh man, I got ideas now. Ideas are flowing like crazy. Speaking of ideas and builds and things like that, we need to head outside and we need to get started on this farmhouse build. However, I need to get the materials, so let me grab some things and I will meet you all down there. All right, we have made it down here. I have the blueprint in place for where we're going to be building this farmhouse, and I have all the materials directly in front of us in that chest right there. So let me show you what we got over here. It's a very small blueprint, but I think it's going to do the job here quite nicely. Here we have the blueprint. This is going to be where you live inside the farmhouse. This is going to be horse stables. We're going to have 2 horses that'll be able to go in here. I don't actually have any horses, but we'll get them. Also, we have a tower right over here. It's gonna essentially be for nothing more than decoration, but you can basically look at this like a grain silo or something like that. That's the end goal with this. But I've got all our materials right here. We've got our oak woods, our spruce woods, our stones, pretty much everything we'll need. I'm probably gonna need to grab some more, but I think this should do us at least for a little while. So I think to start, honestly, we're going to do some building on camera because a couple of you have been asking, hey, why don't you build on camera? So I was like, you know what? Why not? Let's go for it. To start, I want to replace all of these with cobbled deep slate. Actually, you know what? No, I need to grab one more material, so hold on just a second. There we go. This is what we actually want to start with. We want to start this base with deep slate tiles, and actually, or not tiles, bricks. I don't think we're gonna have enough to complete this. Well, maybe. We'll see. But yeah, basically what I want is deep slate bricks all the way across this building, because that's gonna be the foundation. Similar to how we have the tower and our animal pens. It's gonna just be a gradient that goes from deep slate bricks to regular deep slate to tough, and then cobble and so on. It gives a nice gradient from darker colors to lighter colors. Get out of here, chicken. I don't have time for you. So yeah, start with deep slate, and then we'll bring in the regular cobbled deep slate and just kind of randomly pepper this through here on the second layer a little bit, like so. Looking good, looking nice, looking very fancy. And then we'll go back through here and place a few more deep slate bricks in the spots where we didn't put any cobbled deep slate, so that we can add some texture, into these walls here. So, as you can see, it's already starting to take shape. This tower, I don't know exactly what blocks I'm going to use for this yet, so I'm leaving it as cobblestone. I'm thinking I'm going to use the same blocks that I use for this, but I'm not 100% sure, so we're just going to leave it for now, and we're going to continue on. Now, we're going to bring in some tuff on this next layer here. I'm going to place some tuff blocks all the way across, and that'll give us a transition to a lighter gray, and I think that'll look pretty nice. And then we'll also be throwing in some cobblestone, but not on this layer. We're going to be throwing in the cobbled deep slate on this layer again, I think. Well, how tall is this going to be? It's going to be 4 blocks tall. No, we are bringing cobble in on this level. Yeah, this is cobble. We're bringing in a little bit of cobble on this level, and then the majority of the next level is going to be cobble, and we're going to be mixing in the tuff with it. So that is essentially how the transition of gradients is going to be working on here. And I think it looks pretty good. I've gotten this all planned out in another world just to see how it would look, and it turned out looking really good. So we're going to make a few modifications here and there to certain things and stuff, but also I'm looking at this, and it's a very harsh line here from dark to light colors. So I might need to fix that, make it look a little bit less harsh. But as you can see, if we climb back up here, let's sleep real quick. All right, it is daytime. Let's get back up here and let's place the last few pieces of tuff. I'm not even sure what tuff is, honestly. Like, what even is this stone? Like, where did it come from? What even is it? I'm gonna have to find out now. I'm very curious. If you know, leave it down in the comments. I'm very curious to know what it is. Yeah, looking at this, we're gonna have to transition this a little bit better. Maybe throw in some cobbled deep slate up on this row here. Kind of like that, and then we'll throw some tuff in on the lower level a little bit. Yeah, we're gonna have to blend this a little bit better to make it look more natural. Give it a more natural gradient without a harsh line, you know? You'll see what I'm talking about here. You know what I mean, and if you don't, well, you're looking at what I mean. This is what we're doing, because it's just gonna look better. Like, see, even that looks better to me. It just blends it better. And then if we throw in a few pieces of tuff down here, where this cobbled deep slate and deep slate bricks are, not too much, but just a few pieces here and there, you know? Look at that. Look at the difference this is making already. It's great. And it's such a simple thing to do. Like, there's no depth on this wall at all. But just adding in a gradient of color gives your build so much more detail. And it's a super simple thing to do as well. It doesn't take much time at all. And it looks absolutely phenomenal. As you can see, that is the outline for our build. Next up, we need to get some roofs in, and we need to figure out, how we're gonna do this tower. I know how I want to do it. I think we're just gonna end up doing the same thing that we did here for these walls. But I need to get some work done on it, so let me grab a few more materials and get back to building. Well, I just finished building this tower, and we meet again, friends. Also, I forgot to mention, and now would be the perfect time to mention, I got a diamond sword, and I enchanted it with looting 3 and smite 4 on stream the other day. Again, if you aren't already following me on Twitch, you should do so. Link in the description. But yeah, let me take care of these dudes and get back to building. Alright, checking back in to give you all an update on how this farmhouse is coming along. As you can see, I have the roof all finished up, looking absolutely fantastic, and I've added a few little extra details here and there. As you can see, like these wooden beams and these trap doors here, just to make it look a little bit nicer. But I'll give you the full 360 spin around here to make sure you can see it from every angle. It's a very simple roof, just half slabs all the way up. But, you know, I think it gets the job done. This tower here, this grain silo, or just whatever it's gonna be, this tower extension is the only tricky roof bit that I had some issues with. But we got there in the end, and I think it turned out looking really nice. I like it a lot. This gradient just makes everything look so good. Like, look at this building, and then look at the tower in the background. Oh, it fits in so well to this area. I am loving it. The next step is probably to figure out where we want windows to go, and then getting a door on here, obviously, and then little things like that. We also need to get some horses, so we can get some horses in this pen, make it look real nice, real fancy. But that is all I have for you right now. It's coming along, it's looking amazing. I need to get some more work done on it, so once I make some more progress, I will check back in with you. Are you guys ready to see the finished product? I've went ahead, added all the details, got everything pretty much the way I want it. And I think it's time for the grand reveal. So, let me flip around, bam, and I'll show you what it's looking like. There it is, in all of its glory. Oh man, I love this thing. It looks so cozy. We got the stables here with the horses, who apparently think that they can walk through these trap doors because they keep constantly doing this forever. Look at them. They just want to hang out and jump around. But it's fine. Besides that, I love this build. It looks fantastic. As you can see, we've got the interior done as well. And we've just got a whole bunch of other stuff. We've got some details in the back here where I used the moss and the moss carpets and the azalea leaves and just, oh man. I want to add some custom trees around at some point, but I'm not entirely sure how I want to do that, what I want them to look like, so we're going to have to mess around with that. Yeah, I love this. These leaves work so well in this area. I really want to make a grape vineyard using these leaves, but that is another project for another day. So if we walk inside here, it's fairly simple. We've basically got one room right here, which is just the crafting room, I guess you could say, the living room, where we've got a crafting bench and he's crafting away, making some shutters or something like that for his windows. And then in here, we have a very cozy bedroom. The interior in here, in this house in general, is just kind of lackluster, in my opinion. I could do more, but I just don't really know what else I could put in there. There's not a whole lot of room to work with. So, if you guys have any suggestions for things I could add on the interior, or even the exterior, let me know. Also, right over here, I've begun planting potatoes. I want to get a potato field growing right here, so I've went ahead and I've started planting potatoes. And I've done it in a way that I've seen other people do it before, in that you put these diagonally so that there's like a diagonal gap in between them. And I just think that gives an interesting pattern to this. Obviously, this needs to be expanded upon, but I think it looks pretty good so far. I think it looks pretty cool. So if we get a view from over here on this viewing tree, from this viewing tree, things are starting to take shape, as you can see. We've got our big, tall, massive watchtower back there up on the hill, and then we have a very small farmhouse right down here. We need to get a barn somewhere as well, probably at some point. Yeah, we got the farmhouse with the stables for the owner of this area here to walk along these paths and quickly travel using the horses and stuff like that. Man, this is the first time I've actually looked at this area from the viewing tree, like since we've added the new stuff, and it's really coming along. Once we get more fields of wheat and crops around here, it's gonna look so good. I'm super excited. It's gonna look absolutely fantastic. All right, my friends. I do believe that is going to wrap up the episode for today. We've done a lot of cool things. We got a lot of cool things coming up in the future. But don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Share the video. Hit that notification bell if you want to be notified on all the things when the uploads happen and stuff like that. In the next episode, I'm not entirely sure what we're going to be working on. We might work on some more fields. We might work on another structure. I need to figure it out. If you guys do have any suggestions, please be sure to let me know down in the comments below. I want this to be our build. I don't want it to just be me building things. I would love to take suggestions from what you guys have. Thanks so much for watching. I super appreciate it. I will catch you all next time.